We are live. Oh man. Welcome back, you guys. It has been a little minute since I've been live. I actually just woke up to go to work. I'm gonna be leaving here in a bit, but I wanted to get a live stream going. I'm actually also using my computer here because I wanted to talk to you guys about a poll that I put up because literally, new card coming on the scene. Keith S. Luke's Points and Miles in the building. So I wanted to talk to you guys about a new card that's coming on the scene. And let's take a look at the results of the poll. I should have looked at this before I even started the video, but you know, we all know how I do. I build it while I fly it, and I shoot fast and shoot true. So yeah, my new card is actually going to go into a strategy that I'm gonna have. And since it is still January and I said that all of my content in January will be live, this is actually going to be the new card reveal and my strategy for 2024 video. So let's go here. Let's go to the post. Let's get to it. Like I said, I just woke up, so we all know how I do. So let's get to it on YouTube here. Okay. Looks like I have pretty decent participation. So now with live here, that's it. AA Ron, Keith S, Luke's Points and Miles in the house. Welcome you guys and thank you so much for coming. And thank you everybody else for coming too. Cesar Joel in the house. So I posted this poll 21 hours ago. New card approval, new video coming. Can you guess which issuer hooked me up? How's the air up there? I've heard that a million. You see, you ain't gonna get me again, AA Ron. But actually, I thought that because I have asthma and I've been, kind of jet lagged, being in all these time zones within the last week, I thought the air was gonna bother me. And actually, I have no problem here. I've heard of people coming to Denver and being like short of breath because it's the quote unquote mile high city, and I've had no problem whatsoever at all. So we got some comments here from Call Me Lonnie. He had to correct me. New video or live. So what I'm saying, I just had to let him know. Joe Barreto says, I'm guessing City, but with you never know, as evidenced by the numbers in your poll. And It's Me CJ says, not Chase, definitely not Capital One. So we have, for the voting, what's up, Lonnie? Yeah, LOL 24. Like I just can't stop. Chase is just, they're just gonna have to get rid of that rule. I think it's best if they just want more of my business. But for the poll, the voting comes in with Amex in first place at 31%, Citi in second place at 29%, Chase in third place at 22%, and Capital One in fourth place at 18%. So what I will do is let you know, yes, it was not Capital One because I've actually reached the maximum amount of cards and accounts with Capital One. How do I know this? Because I have the Bass Pro card, I have my Venture card, and I recently got approved for the Saver One card on January 1st. It was my first card approval of the year, literally on January 1st. So what I did in order to test the data point of them limiting you for Capital One cards is I actually did the pre-approval tool because I knew it wouldn't hurt my credit. It was a soft pull. And literally the end message was that they could not pre-approve me for any cards because I literally had the maximum amount of Capital One cards that you can have. So anybody trying to get more than 2 Capital One cards and a co-branded card, that is the message that you're going to hit. So the maximum is 3 as long as you have a co-branded and 2 Capital One proper cards. So Capital One's out of the mix. Chase, I have actually been known to sidestep Chase's 524 rule in the vein of business cards, but this is not one of them. They recently just got done doing their elevated offers for the business. I believe it's the Ink and the Ink Cash, and I know other people have been getting those cards and beating 524, but that is not on the menu for me. So now we have two, Amex and Citi. So now I am an Amex fanboy. I am, and I'm actually a believer in the Amex business model, and I believe that what they do keeps the brand valuable and it makes it work. But unfortunately, I have the maximum Amex cards, which I've already found out, and I have 5 credit cards, 3 charge cards, for a total of 8 cards. So now, with that being said, Citi actually took a chance on me, and this application was inspired by none other than the general himself. Salute, Sledge Inc. team. I actually applied for the Citi American. The name of the card is so long. You know what? I'm not even gonna read it. You know, like all their cards, it's a paragraph. But the Citi Business American Airlines card. So, why did I do that? Because my strategy going forward I'm not actually planning for 2024. 2024 is in the books. I'm already in it. 2025 is what I'm actually planning for, and it is because I would like to fly Q Suites. I want to fly Q Suites like really bad. This past trip to Italy, flying SkyTeam business class via Air France on the 787 versus flying Star Alliance Lufthansa on the 787. And I'm gonna tell you right now, two very different experiences. The Lufthansa product, I would fly it any day of the week. Lufthansa is an amazing airline. Service is top notch. The lowest business lounge, it was a cathedral in Frankfurt, and it's just a wonderful experience. The product on the 787, including the window in the bathroom. I'll even tell you, like, because I'm also gonna make a comprehensive video about the trip, because the windows on the 787, you actually press a button, and the windows are actually like a liquid crystal display. So as you press the button, I could only assume that some current is introduced into a film between the window that totally, makes the window opaque, which I thought it was super cool. But I'm looking in the chat here. WTF Chad hates American Airlines. You know what? I've actually stood on that platform for years. And now that I am maturing, as you can tell by the grays, and I am actually doing redemptions as opposed to when I first started the channel and I was just basically flying for work. I'm not gonna lie, the American Airlines domestic product does leave a bit to be desired in some cases, but at this point now, with Delta's changes to their Delta Sky Miles Club, and everyone knows I'm a Delta loyalist, they have moved up market, and I can only kind of have one up market supplier in my stable. So Amex, I'm gonna go with Amex, since either way the Amex cards earn better than Delta cards anyway. And then also I can travel for work with Delta and see if I can try to measure status there. But the reason for the Citi Business Card is it's a great way to earn American Airlines points, which are pretty valuable. So, oh, Dugras coming in hot with the $1.99. Thank you so much, Dugras. I appreciate you. And speaking of that, remind me that I have to tell you something about a taco before I leave. But also using the American Airlines card, I want to start building a stable of American Airlines points. And now also, I have to give credit, because I always like to give credit where credit is due, and I will always mention people specifically, even things that I hear on the wind. And my goal to fly Q Suites is I actually want to fly it with the wife and some friends. So I want to amass enough points to get there without an issue. I have to look for availability. I'll find it however I gotta find it. And I'm planning for 2025 for us to go to the Middle East. So Doha is there, Dubai is there, Abu Dhabi, but I will be flying a Middle Eastern carrier, and I'm gonna use American Airlines points to do it. And I figured if I start with the American Airlines business card, in addition to using the American Airlines shopping mall, which I actually heard on the wind from Luke's Points and Miles, Because of American Airlines simplified program where simply by spending and using a shopping portal, which I always do, I'm a devotee of Rakuten, but even if I can't use the American Airlines shopping mall, if I combine Rakuten with using purchase points with using the card outside of the sub to make purchases online, I can continually grow my Bank of American Airlines points in order to make Q Suites for 2025 happen. Also, another thing is that also, let me see. Wait a minute. AA miles super valuable. Use the AA shopping portal for stacking. Yeah, Keith S is already with it. Luke says it's insane. He just hit platinum status. Now, mind you, he just hit platinum status by doing regular spend and just simply maximizing the portal. So if I can do that, if I can get 2x or 10x points here, there for things like if I buy flowers for the wife, if I use their dining portal, they also have a Simply Miles dining portal as well. Remember what I told you about the gold card and how I use it at work in order to buy lunch? Like, I can really true up my AA points in a big way. And then also another thing is to get into One World Emerald status, which I'm sure Luke is about to experience. And from what I've been told, from what I've heard, from things that I've seen, the business and first class lounges are ranked as such: One World, Star Alliance, SkyTeam. Now, I've been to the business lounge for SkyTeam. I've been to two of the salons in Charles de Gaulle Airport. I've been the one, the international terminal. I believe that one of them's 2E and one of them's 2M. But I've been to the international terminal where they accept and depart flights going to the US. And I've been to the EU terminal, the salon, the 2-story one, which I thought was really nice. And it has its own little separate restaurant. I have now been to the business lounge at the Lufthansa Business Lounge in Frankfurt, which was absolutely amazing. Beer on tap. It was just great, super clean. It was amazing. But now I need to start sampling these One World lounges, and the best way to do it is through American Airlines. So I may have to grit my teeth and do some things, maybe go upscale and get some first class tickets or premium economy or main select. I'm still trying to learn their lingo, but their program is so simplified, and it will allow me to move forward. So Luke Points and Miles says, don't spend on your new card until March 1st. Okay. Says Keith S says, Chad, be careful going for AA status this year. It resets at the end of February. AA portal is awesome. Go zero effort, platinum next year for sure. So here's the thing. With the reset of the status, that's why I'm planning for 2025, because I don't want to short myself the first couple of months of 2024. And in addition to that, when you are spending towards the sub, as I understand it, those points that you're earning, those dollars actually don't count towards loyalty points. I could be wrong, but that is the understanding that I have. And they want you to spend 4,000 in 6 months or 6,000 in 4 months. I really should have had this. Where's my? You know what? Let me get my notebook. Because I actually wrote this stuff down. Remarkable 2 for the win. I love this thing. So, yeah, so I got to spend 4,000 or 4,000 in 3 months for 65,000 points. First year annual fee is waived. So I figure I would start with that, because there's no way I'll make status. I don't have enough spend already bottled up to get me status in the next, month? Is it like, if I had something like property taxes or something like that, I would just go for it. You know what I mean? Or if I had a lot of spend, I would totally go for it. So I get exactly what you guys are saying. So AA Ron, I actually went with the City. I took a chance on them because I knew, even though City thought I was radioactive, I kind of felt like my chances are better with them than with Barclays. But I also like the Barclay Aviator, where you get the points just for making one purchase and paying the annual fee. And now also, if you add all you have to do is add an authorized user, and that's 75,000 points, just like that. So let's go back and check the chat. Yeah, I added on my master. Keith S says add your MasterCards to Simply Miles site. I've already started doing that. My Apple Card's on there. My SaverOne card's on there. Now the Citi card, they sent me a temporary number, so I put the temporary number on there. But when I get the regular number, I'll switch that over. So those are on there. My Walgreens MasterCard, also inspired by Sledging Team, is on there as well because I actually do go to Walgreens a lot because it's right there and it's easy for me as a drugstore. Let's see here. Filmo78 says AA Portal is awesome. Gold with zero effort, platinum next year for sure. So let's see here. John in the building. What's up, John? John, you're never late. You're always on time. Woodsy in the house. What's up, Woodsy? So yeah, so that is my strategy, is to earn as many AA points as I can, in addition to the other points currencies that I've been earning, in order to build a trip to the Middle East, Northern Africa, with preferably Qatar Q Suites, because I've just been watching this product for so long and I want to fly it. I just want to fly it, and I want to do so and not pay full price. Now, I also want to see some of these lounges. I've heard the Cathay Pacific Lounge is amazing. I just want to, we have some other international travel. Basically, it's like I want to go to Canada, take the wife to Niagara Falls sometime this year. And flying American, I've looked through there to fly into Toronto to see the falls from the Canadian side, which is notably better. She has never been to Niagara Falls. I have. And it is just notably better to do that. So I want to take her there so that she can see that. So I'm going to strategize some flights in order to make that happen. One Way Travels. Mike, I was talking to Mike in the Discord, and you guys be on the lookout. Me and Mr. Wong, we will be doing a collaboration, a comparison contrast of our Italy trips, and it is going to be great. I want to get my travel settled. I actually want to do it from StreamYard from my house. So we're going to get together and we're going to do that, and I'm looking really forward to doing that. Also, if anybody talks to Joe Barreto, I think I saw a live feed notification. He's live as well, doing a Spanish Go Live. Please apologize to him for this. I normally go without warning, and I don't mean for any way, shape, or form to try to, impede his live. So Luke's Points of Miles says, I thought about applying for the Barclays again, but I have too many pulls and too many new accounts. Me too. That's the whole thing. That's what gave me reason for pause, and I know they can be a little iffy. Really, Citi was a little iffy for me as well, but they approved me, and they approved me for a $16,000 limit. So really and truly, what I can do is if working towards that sub, I can just use it to book AA flights, American Airlines flights. Like, I still haven't booked my flight to New Orleans for the Creator Meetup that's going to be going down this Labor Day. There's still flights that I have not booked. I want to go to the Grand Canyon, and Phoenix is an American hub, so definitely flying American there will give me the best routes and the best positioning. Like, these are things that I need to do, and I can also maximize the fact that I'll be getting 2 American Airlines loyalty points per when I buy those, and that'll just be off the ticket purchase as opposed to the credit card purchase. Well, no, that'll be off the credit card purchase as opposed to the ticket purchase, while I'll still be earning loyalty points in order to get status. So those may be booked after March. So, Cesar Joel asked, next card after Citi American Airlines card. Actually, I don't know. I applied for the Saver as a, you know what I mean? I thought about the American Airlines strategy, and I applied for the card, last night, and it happened to work out. I actually don't have a card beyond that. You know what? My next card is going to be a Chase card. So as you know, I'll probably begin gardening, unless American Express does with the refresh that they're announcing on their 40 card products this year. Unless they refresh something that makes it too good to refuse. Then yeah, maybe an Amex card, because I actually plan on canceling an Amex card this year as well. Actually, within the next month, I'll probably be canceling my Blue Cash Preferred, because at this point now, with the other cards and the uses I have in it, it's actually forcing it into a dormant status because my Saver One is taking over my online streaming purchases because of the convertibility of the Saver One cashback into Capital One miles, which can be useful for further travel that I have. So Woodsy says, I've been on Qatar a few times when in the service. It has been years, of course, but they always upgraded my seat from economy to business class when in uniform. Best flights, period. See, I want to experience that. I definitely want to experience that. And thank you for your service, Woodsy. Luke's Points a Mile says, first class Al Safa or whatever it's called in Doha is next level for sure. It took one video that I saw of that lounge, and they were able to get it because they actually flew business class to Doha, and because they also connected through Doha to a much closer destination, the connecting flight was technically first class because it was an international business class, which gained them access into that lounge. And another thing, one thing that I learned on this trip to Europe is that international travel within the EU is actually dirt cheap. And it's a great way to make hops from country to country. And you can actually build up a little bit of status. You can get to places very quickly. Because even when I was at Leonardo da Vinci Airport in Rome, I noticed that you can actually get flights from Rome right to Venice. Now, mind you, the train ride was what, 4 hours? 3 hours? 3.5-ish hours? And that was on a high-speed train. And it was a great ride, but people actually just make a flight from Rome to Venice, Rome to Malpensa, outside of Milan. So like, these are things that can be done. So now Keith S. asked, your Bilt points to American Airlines. Yes, Bilt as an avenue towards American Airlines is still a live one for me, but for my Bilt card, I do not generate enough spend in order to make a significant impact. I might be able to get me a ticket, but as far as the wife goes, you know, she kind of wants me to pay for her too. I enjoy paying for her because, I mean, nothing makes you more top tier than inviting your wife onto a plane and letting her know, no, sweetheart, we turn left. We don't turn right. We don't sit in the back with the Poors and Adam and his kids. So, yeah, I still use the Bilt card, and those points will actually be used to top off my American Airlines account if needed. And that's mainly what I use my Bilt card for, because my Bilt card actually pays my homeowners association, which counts as a rent event. So I do get the points for that. I avoid the fees for using the credit card for that. And in addition to that, you know, the first is always, that's the card that I use pretty much for everything. So I take advantage of the double points and get all 5 of my transactions out of the way. I get gum and stuff like that at work, you know, it's whatever. So that's how I will hold on to that. But the American Airlines card will be my points generator for American Airlines points. That does not mean I will not be going for other points currencies. I will, because remember, we're still waiting on Wells Fargo. We don't know who their transfer partners will be. And I've actually built up, I think I'm like about 50,000 points with them with my autograph card spend. And in addition to that, the fact that I got the Wells Fargo Active Cash. It was a product change a couple of months ago. It really wasn't terribly noteworthy, so I'm telling you now. I do have the dynamic duo of the Wells Fargo autograph and the Active Cash, and we'll see how that works. So Dogan Kim says, recent buzz about the mortgage payment adding into Bilt. Your thoughts? My thoughts are, if they add it, then the Bilt card may actually become a serious points generator for me, because if I can combine the mortgage with the HOA plus the rent day spend, it may be a contender. And also, I think that may actually blow the Bilt card's popularity up to a point where people will have to stop and start taking notice and seeing how they can absorb fees and get into those business lines if Built can successfully pull it off. Kiki Adventures. Will you use the American Airlines shopping portal? Yes, I have. I've already set it up. I've already started using it, and it's just I'm gonna mate it with the card in order to turbocharge it. Keith S says, Chad, paid taxes on rent day for 2x at a 2% fee through the Fed-approved processors. Easy way to buy points. That is absolutely true. And that's another thing. With some of the fees, like I get it, like avoiding fees is definitely something we want to do because everybody thinks of fees as money that's being thrown away. But also, as I've always said, I've said it in my Unpopular Opinion series, some of the fees that you pay for the convenience of using a credit card, understand you're getting points for the fee that you pay anyway. It's not like in a portal where you order something for 50 bucks and they put the shipping and the handling and the charging, but you only get the points for 50 bucks. That's not how it works. With credit cards, if you pay $5,000 for something and there is a 2% $100 fee, you get the points for $5,100. So definitely you guys want to keep that in mind. And then also, yes, being able to pay taxes, I will get a higher multiplier status with Built in addition to using my mortgage. That may be why they upped the limits for the multiplier categories. It might be in anticipation to move to mortgages. Oh, Matt Welter in the house. Matt, I'm out here in Denver, and Europe was absolutely amazing. I've airdropped over 200 videos to my computer. I'm still trying to get everything together with B-roll. I started doing the outline. As a matter of fact, I can show you guys the outline because I've actually been game planning a ton of videos. I got new videos about why I'm keeping my gold card. But like these, I call it the super trip, but these are just some of the notes that I've been writing for an outline for how Europe was. How was, not Panama, was it Panama? I know you went to Central America. I want to say Panama City. That's what I want to say you went to. I heard that both you and Luke were there around the same time. Because JP, I was talking to him only to find out he was in Korea or Japan. So we were all over the globe, but Europe was amazing. As a quick thing, flying Air France business class to Malpensa. Now, also, Malpensa does some heavy international traffic, but I'm telling you right now, if you're flying to Milan, that airport looks a little dated. It looks like, a little sketch. But they do heavy traffic, including Emirates. They accommodate A380s. Like Malpensa does some serious air traffic, but the airport looks a little old. But once you fly in there, getting to Lake Como is about a 40-minute drive. We had a car pick us up and take us out to Lake Como, and I gotta tell you, some of the cleanest, crispest mountain air. The scenery is beautiful. Everyone is relaxed. The Hilton Lake Como is just ridiculous. You can refer back to my channel through the to the room tour, the hotel tour. Let's see here. Also love to see that you'll be coming out with the videos explaining surrounding your Europe trip and a redemption travel experience. Those types of videos are my favorites. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna put it. My wife, she loved it. Going to Italy, working it from the north to the south was absolutely amazing. Venice was absolutely freezing. We did a gondola ride. You go to Italy, go to Venice and do a gondola ride. And our gondola guy took us by the Doge's Palace. He took us through the main canal. He took us by a house that Mozart lived in when he was in Venice, when he was studying. It's just a beautiful city. A lot of walking, a lot of walking. Also, the high-speed rail network through the country and Europe as a whole is literally top tier. Take advantage of it. Now, the next time I go to Europe, next time I go international, I'll probably be using like Ryanair or cheap places to hit multiple countries, or even like Air France, KLM, because also, like Call Me Lonnie, I aspire to fly La Premiere. Now, La Premiere redemptions are virtually impossible with points. Because first of all, you normally don't even get to apply for the upgrade unless you've reached status with Air France KLM. And then even then, the upgrades are very far and few between and normally are paid with cash. Also, you have to pay attention to the plane that you're flying because La Premiere is a product that normally tends to appear on the 777 as opposed to their 787 and A350 products. So that's something to keep in mind. So the taco story. The reason that it was wild that you sent me the $1.99 to buy a taco is that I realized that where I'm working in Denver, on the way there, I passed none other than the very first Chipotle. So I actually, one day I'm going to order lunch from there and I'm going to pick it up, take a couple pictures. But it is the very first Chipotle that started it all. Now, I like Chipotle. I eat it a lot. Even my kids love it when I'm at home and I feed it to them for dinner. So I think that would be great to, use my $1.99, grab a taco from Chipotle, or at least put it towards one of their burrito bowls, take a couple of pictures and put that up here. So, that is the taco story. That's why it was funny that you literally put that caption. That was tops. So yeah, Chipotle is the best. I use it all the time. It's absolutely amazing. So I'm actually next to a place, La Hacienda or something like that. They have some Mexican over here too. But normally, like when I'm asleep, I wake up late. So this is like right now, it's okay. So it's 7:43 on the East Coast. It's 5:43 here and 4:43 on the West Coast. Okay, so we're good. Call Me Lonnie says Venice is a must see. You're right. Absolutely, it is incredible. And Rome, staying at the Palazzo Manfredi. I touched on the Palazzo Manfredi late 2022, early 2023 when they had this insane points redemption for it on Hyatt, and I brought it up, and then I just decided to book it. And that hotel, it's a boutique hotel. There's also a room tour on there for the Palazzo Manfredi as well. So feel free to check the live out for that. But its proximity to the Ludus Magnus and the Colosseum, it's just the majesty of that place. You feel small. And you start thinking to yourself, like, if the Colosseum was an active amphitheater right now, the noise would be deafening. That's how close the hotel is to it. So that was amazing. Let's see here. John says that's exactly what he does on his way home from the home gym. Let's see. Long way travel says I thought seeing Pompey was amazing. Very cold though. It was cold, but as a history buff, Pompey was definitely. But it was between Pompey and the Colosseum. I think because I was actually in the city and saw the time capsule in person, that's why Pompey kind of outweighed the Colosseum for me. But I have video and photos from the Colosseum, and we went under and took the path of the gladiators. We saw a rebuilt winch that they used to raise animals to the arena floor of the Colosseum. We were able to sit in the imperial box, the senatorial box, and see from a lot of the vantages that Romans would watch the games from. So let's see here. But yeah, that is my strategy. My I don't really have a card strategy. I have a travel strategy. I am all about travel. I love it. Luxury points travel is just something that I am hooked on. My wife is now hooked on, because now if I just mention a place, like her ears prick up. So even when we do luxury domestic travel, you know what I mean? We may get economy flights and use a FHR and stay at a nice hotel, or we may use points or a free night certificate. It's definitely something that I'm down for, especially because I work hard all year. Got all four of my kids. My little guys are growing up, and my little girls, they are growing up, and it's making it a bit easier for me. But I am all about travel. No disrespect to cashback, but it's just amazing. So being able to do this and turn this value out of things that I buy anyway to get something extra out of it, these experiences have just been incredible. Now, I was only home for 48 hours, and my wife ended up calling me, and she was like, "Hey, do you know 72 hours ago we were in Germany? Like, does it still feel real that you were in the same place as Julius Caesar?" And these are the things that she's really like, recounting. And then also with people in the community, like One Way Travels, like Joe Barreto, like like Matt Welter, like Luke. You guys are, what I mean, to be able to share and speak about those experiences from firsthand points of view. Absolutely amazing. Now, my co-star will start traveling with me when she's a little older. At this point now, school is a little intensive for her because she is an absolute genius. So, I mean, by all means, I want to foster that, and I don't want to have the distractions. But what it is that my eldest daughter, she likes to talk about, where it is that she wants. She's planning out her strategies, and in addition to that, she really wants a gold card. So when she's 13, we'll look into that. But also she wants to go to Paris. She wants to see some things in Europe. So we're gonna get a plan together for when she's older, and that I feel like she would appreciate it more and really be able to absorb more of the intellectual and academic themes of some of the places that we're gonna go to. Would I put my kids in business class? Absolutely. Absolutely. I know the treatment of business class. If it means that I have to buy points, I don't care. If it means that I may even have to pay for if one ticket, my children are my absolute greatest resource. I love them beyond words. And for them, I'll break my back to do it. They're not going to be in the back while we're up front. Or if I got to sit in the back, maybe premium economy. But I want them to have that treatment. I want them to understand. One thing that I tell my children, I've told my wife, and I'm trying to raise my daughter on, is that, I know where I came from. You know what I'm saying? And I know where people thought I was going to go. The neighborhood that I was born into in Brooklyn, and the opportunities that I got were absolutely amazing. So I try to teach my kids that you belong everywhere. If it's Mykonos, Greece, you belong. If you're walking with a Sherpa up a mountain in Nepal, you belong. If it's in Vladivostok, Antarctica, because you're now a scientist, you belong. Machu Picchu, you belong. Johannesburg, you belong. Zanzibar, you belong. You get where I'm going with this, So this is what I definitely try to teach them, and I want to instill in them. But yeah, I want them to appreciate that. But they get the full. They're not going to get the watered down version. They will get the full experience. So let's see here. Mr. Nick021 says, definitely wait until she's older. I went to Alaska when I was 12 for my dad's 50th, and I didn't appreciate it as I would now. Exactly, and I've actually heard people talk about Alaska cruises. I've never heard a single person complain about an Alaska cruise, ever, period. I haven't heard anyone complain about an Alaska cruise, which I want to do, and I still want to hit Alaska to hit all 50 states before 50. I am currently at 41. If I go to Grand Canyon pretty soon, that'll make 42. But I want to hit that. I've never heard anyone complain about going to Dubai. I've never heard anyone complain about going to Cape Town, South Africa. These are three places that I've never heard any complaints about. They're definitely bucket list visit places. Keith S. says, confidence goes a long ways. Aaron says, if only we could use our credit card points to go to the moon, I would be there. I would be right there, pinky out, sipping champagne out of a Lufthansa flute because their champagne is absolutely delicious. I mean, I didn't know I liked champagne, but they literally, when you get on and you get your pre-flight drink, like my flight attendant, he was just on it. And I don't think that glass got half full before he was topping it off. Like, I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, like, aren't we taking off? Like, shouldn't you be sitting down? But the service on Lufthansa, it's just beyond. Call Me Lonnie says, if I sit in the front, my son sits in the front too. Just in case you see a toddler in business class. Hey man, it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, I can never deny my kids that, because also it gives them an example and a testimony to the fact that working hard is exceedingly important, because the rewards, even if they are not immediate, are always tangible. Like there's no getting around that. You know what I mean? I work hard all year. I was going on my trip, 48 hours. I'm back at it. I'm working both my jobs. It's Monday through Friday, so it's my 20-hour work days. I'll get a short 12-hour day over the weekend. It is what it is. You got to do what you got to do. Life is not getting any cheaper, and I think a lot of times raising up our future generations, we have to teach them about responsibility, and there is no other thing that will hold you more responsible than guarding your credit. It is the picture of responsibility. It's the like having bad credit is like the adult version of being grounded for life. You get what I'm saying? Because when you have bad credit, I don't care what you do. I don't care what kind of attitude you have. You're not really going to get anywhere. So maintaining good credit is definitely the picture of adult responsibility, and that is what I want to teach my children. And I will teach them by showing them that, yeah, this is why you got to go to bed on time. This is why you got to make sure that you're taking care of what it is that you have to take care of. Because when it's time to play, you want to play guilt free. And we took that trip guilt free, business class, high speed rail. It was just absolutely amazing, flying through the Italian countryside at 150 miles per hour. Eh, The train was smooth as butter. It really was. Visiting Positano and the Amalfi Coast was great. We were on a black sand beach, and we had these things, these frozen lemon things. I have them on video. They were so delicious. They were frozen. It was cold, and like I was looking to eat a second one. They were so good. Um, made a trip friend as well. Actually met somebody from North Carolina who was a solo traveler who now wants me to help consult with him because he wants to join us in Africa and the Middle East next year. If you are out there, shout out to the homie Quentin. Great guy, met him while we were there. We just struck up a conversation. We happened to be on the same tour going to Positano, Pompeii, and in the Amalfi Coast, and he's a great guy, so shout out to him. But yeah, those are my things for 2020. For 2025, I will be working through 2024 to maximize my American Airlines points. I'm gonna try to get One World Emerald status, because once you have One World Emerald status, it does grant you access to first class lounges on international business class trips as well. So I don't have to specifically go to business class lounges. I can get access to first class lounges. In addition to that, getting American Airlines status will be easier with organic spend in addition to trips that I have planned for the year. So I'm gonna give them a try, especially since I'm actually maintaining Delta Silver status through 2024, even though I had gold, but I'm still maintaining silver status because I made that goal last year. So I will have a fallback. So I'll actually try to be maintaining 2 airline statuses in the same year. In addition to that, I've also set another trick that you can do to maximize your American Airlines points is that I am Titanium Elite at Marriott. I've actually went into my account and switched it so that I earn American Airline points with my Marriott stays as well. So I'm using every single method I can to get as many American Airlines points as possible. So that is what I'm going to do. And all of this is for the end result in 2025 to fly Q Suites and really just do it up in a warmer climate. Keith S says, how much does American Airlines charge for points when they are on sale? Is it worthwhile? That I'm gonna have to look at, because normally the most experience I have with that is when I have done points redemptions and or I have bought cheap American Airline tickets. They will actually charge you a fee if you want to double the amount of loyalty points that you earn. So sometimes they'll offer that when you get that. So, but as far as straight out selling points, that is something I would have to research. Do the same thing with Hyatt too. You can also get Hyatt. You know what? I did do it with Hyatt. I did it with Hyatt last year, but then I realized like I've only had, was it 1 or 2 paid stays? Other than that, all of my stays with Hyatt have actually been on points. So I know I paid cash for the Hyatt Centric South Beach, but we may do paid stays with Hyatt through the year because I think I'm probably gonna get rid of that Hyatt business card and I'll just use another card like my Amex Green to get the 3x MR points, or I'll use my Business Inc. Preferred and get the 3x travel points there in order to stay at Hyatt's as well. But yeah, they're set for American Airlines points as well. So I'm looking forward to that. I've done business class with the other two alliances. Now it's One World's turn. And One World has some great products. Like JP has shown us Japan Airlines. He's shown us the room. Like, shout out to JP Knowledge. If you are not down with him and his channel, you definitely need to do that. And also, we're still going to be continuing on. It is now Tuesday. I have today and tomorrow left of my promised live feeds. I think I'm probably going to incorporate these a lot more, but I'll also be working on videos that I'm going to start posting in the normal fashion as well. I just wanted to do lives for my birthday month. I think it has been absolutely amazing. It has been fun. It has been great. It was wonderful having you guys with me on the journey to Europe. And people have asked me like, oh, you've taken all this time to film. How did you enjoy yourself? The fact is that even though I've gone live, that was actually a very, very tiny part of the trip. The experiences were so much in magnitude that it was actually pretty easy. So just in case you guys are wondering. Okay, Matt Clausen says, so wait, Chad, get the city business platinum select for the... No, I didn't get the personal, I got the business one. Right? What's that question? So wait, did Chad get the City Business Platinum Select? Oh, I got the City Business Platinum Select. I did not get the personal one. I got the, also that doesn't hit my, I just thought about it. That should not hit my 524, my LOL 24 status. So either way, I should be good to go. But that is it. That goes in for 2025. I'm pulling my notes here to make sure. I got some videos coming up why I'm keeping my gold card. I got some things that I want to discuss about the gold card that aren't actually commonly relayed on YouTube that a lot of people do not talk about. I want to do a special video concerning some airport lounges, but it'll be more to come with that throughout the year. I want to talk about one of Amex's greatest cards that is never talked about ever, and some pointers that I learned doing this redemption. I want to share them with you in another video that I have set, and my strategy. Yes, so I talked to you about my strategy, and also Call Me Lonnie brought up a great thing in his last live feed with Anthony Venture, and that is you should probably invest in a VPN. It is probably best. The hottest commodity out there on the black market is information, and using whatever tools you can to protect yourself is the absolute smartest way to go. So I will actually probably be picking up NordVPN within the next day or two. When I get the actual card, might as well put that towards the spend. And yeah, I'll start doing that because I want to start using a VPN to kind of protect my internet traffic. I think that is a great idea. One Way Travel says, oh geez, American Lounge, airport lounges. MXP was so bad unless you flew Emirates. It's like a wasteland. Yeah, the place looks like somebody out of Beirut. Like it looks like the place is just distressed. But I mean, they do some serious air traffic there. Filmo says, Citi just offered me a $100 retention offer on my AA business card for no spend, so 3rd year free. Keep it. Yeah, I'm gonna have this at least 2 years. So they're waiving my 1st year annual fee. I get first free check bags because they charge you for everything on American Airlines. So that will definitely be a great help. It's either that or the 150 American Express points. I'd rather just keep the cash and just repurpose it for other things. Matt Clausen says American Airlines, Japan Airlines, Avios Carriers, Alaskan, lots of One World options, and they have their own alliance-specific lounge at Incheon, South Korea. Yeah, see, that's what I want. I want to experience. I want to experience what One World has to offer. Because so far, yes, I find that Star Alliance business class lounges do outpace the SkyTeam. And that's not a knock against SkyTeam, Delta, Air France. They have great they have a great product. They do, and they have a great reputation. But Lufthansa, their 787 Dreamliner products, Lufthansa is just simply here. So if you have not done Lufthansa, I don't know how to tell you that you're missing it, except you're missing it. Now, as a final thing before I go, two things I want to outline. First and foremost, Aeroplan. Air Canada Aeroplan is a powerful booking site. Please use it. That's what I used to get the Lufthansa booking. It was 8 cents per point, and we ended up paying like $300 for $9,700 tickets. And with the service that we received on that Lufthansa flight, I understand why they're $9,700. The experience was just top tier. So I will always be a fan of Air Canada for your Star Alliance carriers and your non-Star Alliance partners, Emirates, Etihad. You can also book flights through there with Air Canada. So please do not sleep on Air Canada. And the absolute darling of this Italy trip, out of everything, was the Chase Travel Portal. I will use the Chase Travel Portal until I am old and gray. I will use the Chase Travel Portal now because the Chase Travel Portal, I was actually able to use about 45,000 Chase points. I have the picture on my phone, so I can't look at it now, to get almost $700 worth of tours and just travel activities in Italy. We had a whole day. It was 13 hours, air-conditioned bus ride coach down the Italian coast, totally free for 2 people, all on points. Our Colosseum tour, totally free, 2 people, on points. Like our Vatican tour, we went to the Vatican, and the scope, just the breadth and the magnitude of that place, as being less than a square mile and being its own country. We got us a tour of the Sistine Chapel, St. Peter's Basilica, St. Peter's Square, the Vatican crypts, all on points, all through the Chase Travel Portal. Use the Chase Travel Portal. I know that the Chase Sapphire Reserve is the new darling of the credit card community. If you can get 1.5 1.5 points for the redemption, do yourself a favor and use it. I'm telling you now, the Chase Travel Portal will always be in my arsenal to make these luxury trips unforgettable, and my wife can testify to that. She was just absolutely amazed. One Way Travel says, ooh, Sistine Chapel. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was underwhelmed. I've seen things in person that books do not do justice. The Eiffel Tower, if you get a chance, books and pictures don't do it justice because they tend to take a picture of the whole tower, which tends to make it feel small. I've heard that the Grand Canyon, pictures don't do it justice. I can tell you, the Colosseum, pictures don't do it justice. The Sistine Chapel, the pictures, because they can zoom, actually make it much bigger and maybe more magnificent than it actually is in person. Now, mind you, they did have a priest come in. He said a prayer, and I was respectful of their. They don't want you taking pictures in there, but of course, you know how people are. It's just like, oh, I have my phone, so I have to, break rules because I have a phone, and that allows me to be a terrible human. But I really wasn't terribly impressed with the Sistine Chapel. But it is still nice. It is still a part of history. And even the murals on the back wall, I actually prefer the mural on the back wall that Michelangelo painted in his old age over the actual roof, even though the roof is an architectural marvel. But out there, we were actually able to do a skip the line into St. Peter's Basilica, and that place was insane. Absolutely insane. So if you go there, go see the Sistine Chapel, but make sure you go see the Basilica, and I guarantee you, If you go see the Basilica after the Sistine Chapel, you will be hard pressed to remember the Sistine Chapel because the Basilica, the size is you know what? When I make the video, you guys will see what I'm talking about. It was just because I was posting on Facebook as well while I was gone, and people were just amazed. But like I said, last thing I want to touch on, the Chase Travel Portal. If you do aspirational travel, if you do non-aspirational travel, because I've used it in the United States as well. You know what I mean? John coming in for some Just for Men beard and mustache coloring kits. No, I'm embracing the gray, John. I'm gonna embrace it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do that. You know, let's stick with the salt and pepper. I want to be a salt and pepper stepper. I want to be a silver fox. You know what I mean? One Way Travel says getting in St. Peter's is free too. Yes. Also, getting into the Vatican. A lot of the sites that they pay for, that they make you pay for in the Vatican, they're actually free on Sunday. And our tour guide let us know that while they are free on Sunday, even if you're not there in season, it's still the influx of people is so great that it almost there's a diminishing return on going and getting in there on a Sunday. So just in case you know, just in case you're in Rome and you decide you want to see the Vatican, you want to do it on a Sunday. Now, mind you, when you don't pay, there are no tours, there are no guides. I mean, crime tends to be higher because there is no jail in the Vatican. I mean, they have Vatican police, so on and so forth, and people get escorted out and what have you. So that is something to keep in mind. But things are free in the Vatican on Sunday. But like I said, the tour guide that we had let us know that, you know, you kind of want to pick your battles there. So when we left the Vatican, we were able to see the Castle San Angelo, which is absolutely amazing, built on top of Hadrian's Crypt, and it was in the movie Angels and Demons, and it is just as majestic in person as it was on that movie. So that's definitely also something that we experienced. But I'm telling you, that Chase Portal, Chase Portal, Chase Portal. Log into your Chase Portal. Make sure you have one of the cards that will give you, like my Chase Freedom Unlimited gave us, I believe it was 1.25. I want to say it was 1.25 redemption I got back for it in order to get those activities. The activities are worth it. They go through Viator, and normally they'll print you out. They'll print you out a sheet you can down, and it's all PDF that you can download on your phone. The barcodes work on your phone, and they will be with specific companies, and everything is fairly, especially in tourist heavy places, you would think that would kind of be like the Terra Dome, but it's actually very, very well coordinated because this tourism is their bread and butter. And also, in addition to that, when you do these tours, if you have an especially great tour guide, there's nothing wrong with tipping, but they also live and die by TripAdvisor reviews. So feel free to go on TripAdvisor and leave a glowing review for your tour guides because that helps them out and helps make them more money, as far as I was told by, you know, a lot of our tour guides in Rome. Oh yeah, Mike. Notre Dame. I haven't been back to Paris. I didn't go into the city to see what they were doing with the construction. The last time I was there, January of 2023, the construction had started the restoration, but I did not go back to see it. But that is about it. I actually just wanted to do a quick live, but I actually got to get out of here and go to work. And we've done almost an hour. I'm going to pack up my book bag really fast because I drive the carpool and I'm going to go get this work done. So you already know I can't leave without telling you guys that you could have been anywhere else, but you decided to be here. I appreciate you so much. I don't measure subscriber milestones because each and every one of you is a milestone for me. Without you, there is no me. I respect and appreciate every single person that came through, showed love, and, you know, hit the heart on the chat. Especially thank you to John and Dugras Reports for the super chats. I'll be getting that taco while I am here. I appreciate Luke Points and Miles and Sledge Inc. team. Salute for the inspiration for the strategies. And it really helped me out, and it's all going to be about travel for 2025 and 2024. Hallelujah 7 says we all fall short of the glory of God and have our sins and problems. But thanks be to God, we are not saved by his works, but 100% by trusting in Jesus, Savior, and his finished work of the cross. So, just wanted to read that last message. To everyone, travel safe, be good, much love, salute, and peace out.